Okay guys, today we're factoring trinomials that have a number in front of the x squared. It's not just x squared, it's not just 1, it may be 2 or 5 or 6 or 14. Okay? Now like I said, with the other class, I showed them the pairing way, where we had to try all the different pairs and combinations to still get positive 7. That's the number that I'm looking for. Okay? Now, to do that, I take the first number, 2. Now this isn't the way I want you to do it. This is not the way I want you to do it. I'm going to show you the way I want you to do it probably in the next video because it takes time. Okay? But I want to show you why I don't want you doing it this way, because this way is a way that you can make simple mistakes. Alright, so let me show you. The first number is 2 and the last number is negative 9. Now, the front number we always want to be positive, and in this case it is. I'll explain to you what to do if it's negative, but right now we want it to be positive, and it is. So we're going to go with 2 and 1. Those are the only factors of 2. Okay? Now, for negative 9, we've got a number of factors. We could have negative 1 and positive 9. But when I've got numbers in the front, like in this case where I have 2, I also have to try a different combination. I'm actually going to write it with the positive 9 and the negative 1 in the back. Okay, because I got to try them in both pairs. I've got to try them in each parentheses. Okay. Also, I could have 1 and negative 9. That would give me negative 9. But again, I've got to flip-flop them because I've got to try them in both positions. Okay. Now, I could have 3 and negative 3. Yes? That would give me negative 9. But again, I've got to flip-flop them so that I can try them in each position. Okay? Now, I don't have to do 3 and negative 3 again because I've already done that. Okay? Because the factor is the same. Now, the way that you do this is you take the outside numbers, 2 and 9, multiply them together, I get 18, and 1 and negative 1, I get negative 1. So that gave me 18 and negative 1. Do you agree? When I multiplied the outside numbers, 2 and 9, and I multiplied the inside numbers, 1 and negative 1, and I add them together, and I'm going to get 17. But that's not the number I'm looking for. I'm looking for 7. Okay? I could do 2 and negative 1. That gives me negative 2 and 1 and 9. And that gives me positive 9. So negative 2 and 9, when I add those together, I get 7. So this is the pair that I want. I want that pair. Okay? Now, if I didn't write that one first, I'd have to try all of them until I find them. Okay? I would do 2 and negative 9 gives me negative 18, and 1 times 1. So negative 18, and then 1 times 1 is 1, so that gives me negative 17. 2 and 1, so you see I'm multiplying the outsides. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times negative 9 is negative 9. That gives me negative 7. I can do 2 times negative 3. That gives me negative 6. And 1 times 3 is 3. So when I add those together, I get negative 3. Or I could do the outsides again. 2 times 3 is positive 6. And 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And that's going to give me positive 3. Now guys, clearly this is the one that I want. So the pair I'm going to get is actually going to be, now this is where you have to be careful. This pair, I'm going to have 2x and x, because remember these go in the front, because when I multiply them I get 2x squared. And I'm going to get positive 9 in the front with 2 and negative 1 in the back. Okay? Now that's the pair, so that when I multiply them, I'm going to get 2x squared plus 7x minus 9. Let's just try it out. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times minus 1 is minus 2x plus 9x minus 1. And when I combine these two things, I'm going to get 2x squared, minus 9. 2x squared plus 7x minus 9. And I get that answer. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm going to show you what to do.